The views expressed by individuals are their own and do not reflect on anyone else's.
Songs of Freedom presents The Not Too Late Show with Fred Autonom! I'm Fred Autonom, and this is The Not Too Late Show on JRev Radio, and I'm here with Thunder Dave. Hey, Thunder Dave, what's going on?
Hi, Fred. We're just getting ready for the big rally coming up next weekend.
Sweet.
The one in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've asked me to speak, so I've been pretty busy. I've been making sure that I have a very good speech to present to them, and basically got to tell them what the problem is. So,
what is the problem?
Well, the problem is basically our legislature. It seems as though our legislature is being run by special interests and lobby, and they're really not interested in what the voters have to say anymore. So we've had several bills up there, and some very good bills to try to correct some of the problems within our criminal justice system. And it seems as though our criminal justice system doesn't want those problems corrected. So they've been lobbying the legislatures to basically kill all our bills in committee. So we can't even get our bills out of committee right now.
Wow, that's crazy. What bills have you proposed?
Well, we've had several decrim bills, and we had one or two medicinal bills up there. And the decrim bill was basically designed to help us depopulate our prison populations, and to also correct the fact that the possession and use of cannabis is not a harmful crime, and it has no victim whatsoever. And so for us to be charged with a felony and eliminate just about all possibilities of us ever finding gainful employment again, and for us to be treated like hardened criminals, it's just totally unacceptable. I mean, we haven't done anything to anyone, but yet they treat us like we're just basically dirt. The problem is they actually make money off us. So they do, in order for their prisons to be profitable, they have to keep their prisons full. And so any kind of bill that we put forth toward the legislature to correct these problems is shot down by these special interest groups.
So, do you think they had success in Colorado because it's like a moneymaker for the government?
I think they had success in Colorado is because they could do a ballot initiative in Colorado. And even though a majority of the people in this state do support straight up legalization, they want it to be regulated, they want it to be taxed, and they want to have access to it. There's no way that we can get anything on the ballot in this state without going through the legislature. And Colorado didn't have that problem. All they had to do is get a certain number of registered voters to sign a petition in order to get it on the ballot. And once they got it on the ballot, then they passed it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the whole tax and regulate act, but I do want to get it like decriminalized and get all these people out of prison because they don't belong there.
No, they actually have a financial incentive to keep them there. They have a financial incentive to keep the living conditions inside those cells deplorable. They also have a financial incentive to make sure that these people fail once they are released, so they'll come back into their system.
Yeah, like the probation, I heard stories about the probation, like, I don't know if it's just Mississippi, but it's like a racket. It's crazy.
Well, sure, it's a racket. It has absolutely nothing to do about crime and everything to do about money. Our probation system is designed to make money. It's part of the criminal justice system. It's actually part of the court system. Everybody that's on probation, when they see their probation officer, has to pay $75 a visit. So if you take that times this, what I believe is around 70,000 people that are on probation in this state, that's quite a substantial amount of money coming in every month. I think it comes up, if we use the figure of 50,000, I think a conservative figure on that, it comes up to $3.75 million they make a month just off the probation and parole.
Yeah, that's crazy. I met you at Pork Fest, and unfortunately you're not able to go anymore. And you said something about doing a festival more local. Do you have any ideas about that yet?
Well, I am going to be able to go back to Pork Fest this year. I'm going to make this right here my last year. I went up to New Hampshire basically to check out, part of the Free State Project there and to see what they had to offer. And while I was up there, I met a lot of activists. I learned a lot of things from them. I thought I was a pretty good activist when I went up there, only to find that I had a lot to learn. So what I've done is I've actually brought all that back down here to the state of Louisiana. And first thing I did was I got involved with the Libertarian Party, and then I made a parish representative for them. And now I've opened up a new organization called Normal Louisiana, and we're doing quite well. As far as a festival, we're talking about it. We're actually talking about doing it in a little bit more than a year. We're giving ourselves about an 18-month window on that insofar as planning, finding a place, figuring out what we got to do to pull this thing off and actually make it profitable for our nonprofit organization.
Yeah, I've been thinking about trying to start like a festival about civil disobedience down here in Biloxi because of the history of civil disobedience with the civil rights weighed-in. Would that be something you'd be interested in helping with?
Actually, I've been thinking about along the same lines. When we go to for instance, this festival we're having next weekend, these people that are putting on this, it's not really a festival. It's a rally, and it's at the state capitol. And these people that actually organize this had to literally beg for the right to do this. And I'm sitting back saying, we don't have to beg for the right to do this. We already have the right to do this, and it's called Peaceful Assembly for Redress. And that's something that I've been learning a lot about up in New Hampshire. And so basically, I don't think they can stop us. If we want to have a rally and to hold a peaceful assembly for redress of grievances, I think we have every right to do that. Now, there are certain things that we do have to do. For one thing, we have to provide portlets for the people that are there. But other than that, I don't think they could stop us.
What if somebody comes and brings like a soda pop? Will they stop you? I heard that's like a rule. You can only have water.
Well, like I said, whenever they went in there and they agreed to all of these things that the state laid out for them, yes, they can. Basically, when you go in there and you make these agreements and you agree to abide by all the ordinances and all the rules and all the regulations, you're basically giving up your rights. And if you didn't do that, then it becomes a true free speech event, which means that if they try to stop you from doing something like that, they could actually find themselves in federal court because they interfered with it, and they don't have any right to interfere. And I think a federal judge would more or less agree with that.
Yeah, it's the First Amendment. The First Amendment doesn't say that you have to get a permit. The First Amendment doesn't say you can only drink water. The First Amendment doesn't say you have to have porta potties.
Well, we do have to have porta potties. We can't be pissing and crapping all over the courthouse yard, I think that's a reasonable request. I think some of the unreasonable things they're making us do is I think they're we're supposed to have one porta potty for every 1,000 people that are out there, and up to 1,000, I think. And I think they're making us get a couple of them. So I think basically they're trying to drive our costs up. They're trying to stop us from doing it. But I got news for them. This rally's going down this weekend, and future rallies are in the works. And so they might as well get used to the idea that the people of this state are going to rise up eventually and stand up for their rights.
Oh, yeah. And back about the Freedom Festival idea, Michael Shanklin actually been throwing the idea around. Would you like to get him involved?
Well, the main reason I'm not going to be going back to Pork Fest is the fact I've gotten very busy down here. When they pumped all these new ideas into me, I actually brought them back down here and put them into practice. And now I have to have the time to follow up on them. I'm here. Sounds like you got a crowd.
Oh, yeah. In the background, that's the neighbors. I can't If I record inside, there's too much like noise. But then if I go out here, there's a bunch of people out here lollygagging. But
Well, it is Saturday night. But I would encourage everybody with this rally to attend. I think it's a very important rally. As it looks right now, it's going to be a historic rally, the largest pro-cannabis rally in the history of the state. And I just think it's it's the right way to go. I think that it's even though we can't get these legislatures to cooperate with us, we can become a forceful voice in this state, and hopefully forceful enough to get the ones that are against us out. And with the majority of the state behind us, all we have to do is get these people to the polls, and we can vote them out, and we can get what we want. But I think that the people that are in there now really have to go, and that includes the sheriffs. They're the ones that are opposing this bill.
okay. Okay. Usually I have 3 trivia questions, but I didn't really prepare that well this week because I'm moving. So I only have one, and it's music related. And it's, what song from the Up in Smoke soundtrack did Hank Williams III cover on a hidden track?
No, you got me on that one. I don't listen to a lot of Hank Williams, and I hadn't seen Up in Smoke in probably 15 or 20 years. So you seem to forget that movie was back in my day, you know. So it was a great movie when it came out. The first one was the best, had to be.
The answer was Up in Smoke.
Up in Smoke.
That's actually a song I requested and dedicated to the organizers of the rally last week on the experiment with Stenny from Godless Liberty, which comes on after this show, and he plays all sorts of crazy music to expand people's musical taste.
So why did you leave New Hampshire?
This is a kind of long story, but well, I'll make it short. Well, we were staying at the Pork Manor, and there was a psycho guy living there, and he decided to call a bunch of friends. And the landlord was like he didn't want to call him and tell him not to come. And then it just got too rowdy. And I don't know what actually happened because I didn't hear it, so allegedly he fired a gun to clear the crowd, and so somebody called the cops, and the cops came, and they didn't tell the cops that who had the gun or whatever, so the cops had to come in the house with an assault rifle, and they came up to our room where we were sleeping, and Renee came out the door, and they had a gun pointed at her, and if they had a trigger happy, they would have killed her. And actually, when I was 16, the DEA raided my house, and it actually I think triggered some PTSD because I was crying the entire next day. But we were going to go to DC anyways to help a friend with reducing the drug war with spending cuts. And then after that, well, it was just too cold, so we moved south. Long story short.
Well, it's not cold where you're at now. You're in Biloxi?
Actually, I'm in Biloxi now, but I'm actually moving to Long Beach. But
California? Are you moving to California?
Oh, no, Long Beach, Mississippi.
Long Beach, Mississippi.
Actually, if you look it up on Wikipedia, it's the capital of pickled carrots way back in the day. I guess it was something people like to eat, but it was a fad and went away. But it's still a decent town.
Biloxi's a nice town. I've actually been there a couple of times, and that was pre-Katrina. I don't know what it looks like now, but it's a nice place. The only thing is you got to be careful because if another hurricane comes up, it'll run you out of there. So, it's Long Beach, I guess, is on the coast as well.
Yeah, but we were run out of the apartments here because somebody like threatened to kill our cat, and then Renee told her that she would defend herself. So the lady who threatened to kill our cat called the police, and then the police said they wouldn't and then the police told her to instead of saying you'll defend yourself, call the police. So next morning, that lady came at like 6:30 in the morning and was honking her horn just to annoy us. And she didn't want anything from her mom. You know, that lady didn't even live here. So Renee called the cops, and the cops came out, and the cops bitched her out and said, "You brought this on yourself," and crap. And and then she went up to the police station to talk to him again, and they said, "Oh, it's just a cat, ma'am."
Yeah, but it's your cat.
Crazy.
So, well, maybe we ought to go shoot your dog. It's just a dog. So, let's see how you'd feel about that. So, yeah, I would encourage everyone to visit our Facebook page for Normal Louisiana. Just type in Normal Louisiana to come right up. We've opened up a couple of other pages. I have a page that I have opened up here in northwestern Louisiana. And we're working. Went out today passing out. We've actually got business cards. So I started passing out business cards today, and I'm starting to get a very good response on those cards. It seems like every place I passed them out, I got a good response. So it won't be long before we'll have a chapter up here. We've already opened some chapters down in South. We've got one that's opening up in Lake Charles. I think we got another one that's fixing to open up in Lafayette, and I think they're talking about another one that's down in New Orleans right now. We're looking at Baton Rouge, Shreveport, and Monroe as other possible targets right now. So, we're working really hard. We want to make this thing work. And we're trying to gather the masses up, so we can actually initiate some change in this state since we don't have a ballot access. So, and I think that's a big thing. I think that that the people of this state should have a ballot access. So just in case of situations like this where we can't get something we want through the legislature, then we should have the right to be able to go around or means to go around the legislatures. And we don't have that in this state.
Well, except for civil disobedience, but then you gotta get arrested and go see a judge, and it's just, I don't know about that.
Not in this state, New Hampshire's a whole different ball game up there. This state right here, like I said, they actually have a financial incentive to keep their prisoners living in deplorable conditions. So you don't want to be thrown in a jail down here. It's like a third world country. You have, I think, 80 people to a room, and they like to call them a dorm. It's just a big room. That's all it is. And they don't let them out. There's no incentive to give them any type of rehabilitation. So they just lay around in this room all day long, and each one of them is worth like $24 a day to the sheriff. So if you could house 80 people in one room, you're going to be getting somewhere in the area of around $1,800, $1,900 a day just off that one room. And if you've got like 4 or 5 of those rooms that are filled up with capacity with prisoners, then that amount becomes somewhat substantial because they get to keep everything that they don't spend, and it goes in their pockets. And the taxpayers of the state are paying for this, and actually they're paying for their own demise, from what I see.
Oh, and I was going to have a hip-hop artist on this show as well, but due to the fact that he's on a road trip with his track team because he coaches track, he was unable to make it. But the reason I wanted to have you both on was I think it'd be nice to get more musicians involved in this. And have you reached out to any musicians to help promote the cause?
Well, we've got another rally that we planned for the 4th of July, and we have several bands that have volunteered their services to us for this great cause. So yes, we've reached out to them, and most of them are pretty much on board with us when it comes to maybe just donating some time and helping drum up some donations for our organization.
Okay. Thanks for coming on the show, and hopefully the rally is an awesome success.
Oh, it's going to be a success, I guarantee you. And thank you for having me on the show, Fred.
Bye.
Thunder Dave, signing out.
Okay, I'm going to play a song by Stevie Sauer since he was unable to be on the show tonight. I like what he says at the beginning of this song about how music, like people talk a lot of shit in their music, but, you know, he just hopes that they're being real and, like, speaking the truth and actually saying something and having a message, which is one of the reasons I got involved with, like, doing the Songs of Freedom, because I think what makes music really great is when it actually says something, it has a message, and I think, you know, the Liberty Movement should help promote these awesome bands. So here's Stevie Sauer with Y2K.
Yeah. Niggas talk a lot of shit in their music these days. I ain't got a problem with it, but I just hope them niggas is for real about what they say. Let's bring hip-hop back to reality. Stevie Sauer, yeah. What you know about me? Not a thing. I'm trying to walk the streets as the night takes over, and Beans is on the corner trying to score their next zoner, and eyes roll back from a hit and to the next motor, transportation. And what you claim you see is your judge. They tried to push him back, but see, he don't budge. They tried to hit me black, I'm good with the gloves. Can't push him back, it was only a nudge. Them niggas is fagging off, I mean they packing up fudge. I stay true when I think of my team. Haters keep me on steam talking the bling. How you say you're thug and claiming your gene. Real thugs don't say shit. Check the sway in my jeans. Charisma in me, yo swag is for teens. Niggas yelling out YOLO when I see 'em. But don't they know that shit got started with Carpe Diem? We seize the day and don't claim to know shit about afterlife. We smoking and smiling while you frowning and chasing ice. What you know about being in tune? What you know about real heat shirtless in June? What you know about beef? I'm talking now Jew. What you know about internet thugs slamming? Man, I can't stand it. And niggas, what you know about the planet? Yeah. What y'all niggas know about the rain, know about the pain? Hood and projects feeling the same, lost and insane. Niggas robbing niggas, ain't it a shame? But peep the game, I'm here to paint a picture that's off the canvas, so reset your frame. A cloud overhead like a highlight comic strip. Niggas stay in church, got problems with repent, got problems with claiming shit. Taking responsibility for this with all of they motherfucking political ignorance. See the day you don't hear a baby crying from the street walking past. How come that don't piss you off? Cause I'm fed up with niggas not giving a fuck, thinking that they know what's up, turning neighbors into fucking fiends and smut. People act like what? As hoes releasing extra mint for extra tips, getting lifted a bit to deal with shit. I'm here to change shit and get synapses popping. Fuck club bangers and niggas out there straight pop locking and dropping. Fuck hood singers who only talking about that panty chopping. Wanna stop me? Then catch up to this monster and start lopping. But this mouth is still talking, cause I'll be back, motherfuckers, cause life, it happens often. Yeah, what you know about bail bonds, and what you know about firearms and getting past courthouse alarms, what you know about smoking through vapors, what you know about high and paranoid because your ass is on papers, what you know about keeping it real, what you know about throwing hands, my nigga, instead of busting your steel, what you heard about living that life, what you know about having 3 girlfriends and on the side is your wife, what you know about severe depression when you know you can't feed your children in prayer, it don't bring you no blessings, what you know about 2 times 2, cause 2 bricks make 4, so double up, we all got time to lose, what you know about that USA, it started with good intentions, but now we war bound all the way, and what you know about give us free, what you know about time for change and revolutions in me, what you know about Tahir Square, standing up for your rights, my nigga, just because you know that they there, and what you know about a fight to the death, and until I'm in my grave, I fight till I have no breath. Speak the truth and stop playing. If you about it, be about it. Don't talk about shit you don't know about. What you know about me? Not a goddamn thing.